Hey YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back. I'm Jason.
I'm Carrie.
And we thought we'd get on here and do a little video for you guys and let you know what we're up to and how it's like out here and kind of what happened to us last week. It's kind of like a raw deal, but anyway, we overcame it. We took lemons and made lemonade with it, with no sugar and cussing. And it just,
well, he did. I didn't.
Yeah. It was a messed up deal, and I want you guys to leave in the comments, you know, what you all think and what you all would have done. You know, let me know if I done the right thing or do you agree with what I done.
And if you agree with my point or his point.
Right.
If you're Team Jay or Team Carrie, which one?
Right. Just, you know, comment down below.
To give you guys an insight into what it's like out here during the coronavirus as far as an expediter.
We delivered down here Saturday morning at 9 and at Lafayette, Georgia. We brought that load down from Detroit, or between Detroit and Toledo. Delivered down here Saturday at 9. We've been here ever since. It's Tuesday afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock. I haven't got not one offer for a load. I've been watching the board, and when I got here, I was 4th in line. I've got all the way down to number 1 in line, then back up to 2, then back up to 3, then back down to 1. I know that, you know, that thing will drive you crazy if you watch it. As far as here at the Pilot, we're at Temple now. We did head down here. We haven't seen a boat van since we've been here, but there's apparently 4 around somewhere. Right now we're set number 2. Right now it's pretty tough. There's, you know, usually we may have to sit here if we deliver around here and we get here pretty early through the week. We may have to sit here overnight, but usually the next day we've got a load out here somewhere. And we not only expedite, but we live in this van. This is our house. It's a little bit scary, you know, because we have to go in. If we take a shower, we have to go in a truck stop to do it. A little bit unnerving. And here at the Pilot, they're really good about the social distancing thing. The first night we got here, everybody was crowded up in, you know, at the cash register around, and the manager like yelled out and said, "Hey, you guys are going to have to spread out and need to be 6 feet apart, or we're going to get shut down." So they're you know, on it around here about keeping the distance. I do know Georgia's got like over 3,000 confirmed cases. I've been getting load offers. Like I turned down a load going to Laredo. I turned down a load going to Iowa. And the reason I turned those down is that was just too far out of our comfort zone or cushion, our freight lanes. And but now, I mean, since Saturday, I haven't heard from dispatch. I mean, nothing, not hide nor hair. But
hey, so we are going to go into the horror story that we had last week.
We dropped the load in Richmond, Kentucky on a Tuesday. Okay, last Tuesday. That afternoon, we was at Love's waiting on a load. Got a call from dispatch for a load picking up Thursday morning, dropping off Friday morning in Chicago. The load was to be picked up in Berea, Kentucky, which was about 15 miles away, going to Chicago. So I accepted it. They sent me the details on it. I looked at it and wrote. I always handwrite everything down and screenshot it. Everything's good. So then later on that night, I don't know why, but I looked at it again and I noticed the drop day had changed from 3/27, which was Friday, to 3/30, which was Monday. So I didn't know nothing about that. Nobody had asked me if I still wanted the load or anything else. Well, I immediately emailed the dispatch. Didn't hear nothing back from them, so I thought, well, I'll take care of it in the morning. I get down there to Berea and it's supposed to be 1 piece. It wound up being 2 pieces, so I called Bo, and while I had him on the phone, I said, "Hey, you know, the load changed in the middle, you know, in the middle of the night last night, apparently, you know, the drop from Friday to Monday." I said, "Is that just a fat finger on the computer? Did somebody mess up? You know, what happened? What's the deal with that?" Because I accepted the load to drop on a Friday. They said, "No, the people cannot be there till Monday." And I said, "Well, I can't take the load then, because I'm not running a storage unit, I'm running a delivery truck." And he said, all the way times are, you better take it. You know, he told me everything to try to get me to take it. And I said, no, I will not take it. They didn't offer me no more money. They didn't offer me nothing. And it kind of aggravated them. So I was already sitting there at the shipper, and I told him, I said, I'm sorry, you know, something's wrong. I said, I cannot accept the load. So I turned down the load. As we're leaving the shipper, literally pulling out of their gate, I get a call from dispatch saying they had a load for me for if I wanted it from Berea to Chicago. And I said, so it drops tomorrow, right? Friday, correct? I asked him twice, and he said, yes, it drops tomorrow. So I said, okay. So I thought they had changed it. And so I accepted the load. Well, I get the details on it, and it dropped Monday. And you know, it was the exact same load dropping Monday, and that I just turned down. I immediately called back, said, listen, you know, somebody's dropping the ball here. I said, I asked dispatch that if it dropped tomorrow, I would take it. If not, I didn't want it. He told me it did. But when I got the details, it didn't. So I turned it down. So I'm heading up the interstate. Bolt calls. Literally fighting mad. Said that, you know, I had the skid on my van heading up the road. Then, you know, I said, no, I never loaded that load. And I said, I turned it down way before then. Because I'm not sitting on that load till Monday and losing out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the chance to get the load. Well, they hung up on me.
So the issue that I had with the whole load discrepancy was that when she called and she was like so mad, basically screaming, and would not give us the chance to say anything. And Jason was like, Carrie, be quiet, because I was trying to tell her we never got the load on the truck. The whole point was that dispatch had gave us the wrong information verbally. When they were sending the details, it was saying something different, but she was holding us accountable for taking it, even though it was their fault to start with. But she was never taking any blame for it. She was just basically, she said that we had a what was it, she called it a failure, but it wasn't our failure, because we didn't book the load for 4 days. Initially, obviously, the load was 24 hours. We were to pick it up that morning and deliver it the very next morning. And so
it paid okay, but it didn't pay near enough to hold it till Monday.
No, and the whole point was, all we were saying was, okay, do you want to pay extra and we'll take the load? No. Do you want to do you want to let us deliver it in the morning, or could you call them and see if they can make special circumstances so we could deliver it in the morning? No, can't do that. We can't do anything. We're just going to pay you the same amount for a 4-day delivery.
Okay, we don't want it.
So we didn't want it. And she thought that which I know better than this, but she said that we had the load on our van, which we never. Jason stopped him on the forklift before he ever even approached the vehicle. He was way back in the warehouse. He never even came. He kept trying to load us, and we were like, no.
Yeah, I kept holding him up.
Here's
but that
why.
was weird to me. I mean, he was like, okay, we can go ahead and load this, right? And I said, no, we can't.
Right, and here's why. Because we get paid a certain amount, and we can't keep this load for 4 days on our truck.
I thoroughly explained it to the guy, and you know, I hate it, because they was needing that load shipped, because they was closing down after what would it be, Wednesday. They was closing down.
But obviously they weren't needing it shipped very much, because if you were needing it shipped and it was important to you, then you would realize that the driver obviously is going to have some compensation for all these days.
And it was going to a major
auto dealer.
Manufacturer.
So, and nobody wants to come up off any money. They just want us to take the fall, and we're the ones with the least amount of money in the whole circle. So, right. and that's just not going to happen. We're not going to do that. That's not fair. So that was our issue. And Jason, you know, he's just more calm when it comes to stuff like that. But the thing is that she was attacking. She was not asking. She was not willing to hear our side of the story whatsoever. It was just basically she called to holler at us.
But as of
still
as of right now, Carrie is not an employee of Bolt.
Right. So that's why Jason's like, Carrie.
We're in the process of that, and since they froze everything, all she has to do is take a drug test, and she's on. But there's no place that she can get it done. So as of right now, she's not an employee. Therefore, she can't be talking to anyone on the phone.
Right.
You know, especially with the anger and the temper. You know, sometimes, and you guys know, sometimes you just have to take it. You know, and I'm not going to take a lot.
But the thing is that it's not necessarily taking it. It was not fair. And what the information that she was saying was untrue. It was not accurate. And we did not do what she was saying that we done.
And sometimes you just got to let a sleeping dog lie. So, you know, you guys let us know what you think about it. It was a messed up deal. It held us up for a day. You know,
and not to mention that we had already had 24 hours invested in this load. So we had already lost.
Right.
Because during this whole time frame that we were waiting, we could have possibly got a load going somewhere else.
Actually,
and already been on our way.
We got a call from dispatch after we accepted this load for a pre-plan. But anyway, when he saw that Monday on there, he knew I couldn't do it because that load, the pre-planned load, had to go out on that Friday. So
right, so he called us during that 12-hour period that we were waiting to pick up this load. And we should have recognized at that point when he called and said, hey, wait a minute, you can't take this because your load that you're going to be picking up tomorrow doesn't even drop off till Monday, and so you're not eligible for this load.
I mentioned it to him. I said, will you care to check into that? Because that can't be right.
And he said he would, and that he would call us back, but we never heard anything.
Right.
And we had never had a load that was a week delivery, basically, so we just thought that it was an issue. But apparently, Bolt's calling. So we just got a load going from...
basically here in Temple to Indianapolis. Got to be there at 8 in the morning.
So it looks like we're going to be hanging out in Indianapolis, and Jason's going to be driving all night. We're both hateful and we get sleepy, so this is going to be terrible. But I guess hopefully it's not, it doesn't take up our entire truck, so that way maybe we can sleep for an hour or two.
Yeah, and it paid pretty good. So.
Yeah, so all right guys, I hope you all enjoyed that video. Let us know in the comments what you think and what you would have done, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye.
Thanks. See you.